going on, Jerome's? So summer vacation is upon us, but the Minnesota Vikings put out a piece of fantastic content this week. Long-form video. Kevin O'Connell mic'd up at the Vikings mandatory minicamp. Go check that out. But of course, just like we're doing, as I'm choking, as we do, we go over the stills, zoom in and enhance. That's right. And then we crack jokes about it. That's what we do. So watch the whole video. Go find it. It's very easy. So first off, like we said, I feel like the shade of purple is slightly different. I don't know, man. But either way, it's weird to see another player wearing 8. Trishan Jackson fighting the good fight. It's good, man. But Kevin O'Connell roaming around, 6'5" McVay, hat model. Apparently he can't dance. Or maybe he doesn't like dancing. I don't know, because he's trying to get out of dancing at his wedding back in 2010 because of his contract. It was like, dangerous activities. Who knows, man? Who knows? But what this video really did show, the relationship between him and Justin Jefferson. Like, yeah, everyone puts on a little bit of a show when it's mic'd up, but I feel like you could tell. Like, even if it wasn't mic'd, like he and JJ would still be having these random ass conversations where, talking about how JJ, he doesn't catch touchdowns, but he had 5 catches. We're down at the 1 last year, It's funny, the detail that he goes into is like, hey, remember the first game against the Packers, like my first game as head coach, where you were down at the 1 and then your chain broke and then Irv Smith Jr. was grabbing your chain and trying to give it to you. I mean, just small things like that. It's hilarious. Also, interesting. So Jefferson was talking about the new jersey design for the Winter Warrior, and apparently, like Kevin O'Connell and company, like they get input on it with Nike. So talk about what he liked, what he didn't like, all that stuff. So really cool reveal behind the curtain there. But yeah, I mean, it just shows the good working relationship that he has with Jefferson, and also like all the players too, where he doesn't just interact with the offense. Like, there's definitely head coaches out there that come from one side of the ball, and they are definitely more interacting with that side, right? But O'Connell gets it. Like, he is the coach of the entire team, and I feel like he goes out of his way to just really ingratiate himself with the defense. And also, it's so weird. Like, in 7-on-7, 11-on-11, he gets actually hyped up when the defense makes a really good play against his offense. It's funny, man. But here, talking to Jerry Tillery, free agent. Hopefully he can pan out. Tillery just looks like a 5-tech, doesn't he? That's right. Also, that's James Lynch. We're number 60, looking like Todd from Breaking Bad. Got himself a haircut. I don't know if I like it, because I feel like Samson was, like, when he had the long ginger hair, like Samson, like that's where he got his power. Now he just looks like a junior C-suite executive. I don't know if I like it, but talking to Tillery about golf, a lot of golf talk going on with Kevin O'Connell. Also, O'Connell made a good point. I don't want guys on my staff too good at golf, because it means they're spending too much time out there becoming scratch golfers. But also, getting into the interactions between him and Darnold, him and McCarthy, him and Mullins and Jaron Hall as well. And I mean, he's a quarterback guy, like former college and NFL quarterback, former quarterback's coach, and that's his position where the bread is going to get buttered. And just explaining of things where, like, there's definitely like an old school mentality with some coaches out here shouting and yelling. But I feel like O'Connell sets the tone, and it feels like the entire staff, like they take their cues from Kevin O'Connell, where this is about teaching. Like, you hear O'Connell talk about football with these guys, you think of like the best professor or best teacher that you had, back in the day, how they would just explain things, as opposed to just yelling at you to remember facts and then spit them back at them. Nah, it's ridiculous. Also, so it's funny, Kevin O'Connell stressing ball security, him personally taking over like the ball security drills with the running backs, especially since the Vikings had so many damn issues last year with fumbles and drops. It's funny that he's taking the lead there. Not a thermos. Nah. Also, again, just the interaction. So this is him with Brandon Powell, and I believe that's number 35. Devin Harper recently waived, but working on punt returns, and O'Connell was, made a bet with BP. It's like every drop is 20 push-ups. And also it's funny too, like the players are comfortable enough with Kevin O'Connell, like they'll talk ish back to him. And he had a great interaction with the safety room, where O'Connell just basically came over and says, like, hey, you guys are amazing athletes, but you can't play basketball. Which is just an amazing thing. And they just gave it back to him. Like Metella said that you're a corner sitter. All you do is just cherry pick and just, you know, if you're playing pickup basketball, you know, someone who doesn't play defense, doesn't set screens, doesn't cut across the lane, just like sits around the three. Hey, ball. Calling them out. It's really fantastic, man. But I love these videos because you just see, like we said, the teaching, you know, with Darnold, the teaching with McCarthy, and this is exactly the perfect place for both guys to be in. And you could just tell, like, Darnold's confidence, like, is starting to get back. Like, Stella's starting to get her groove back, and McCarthy, I mean, just growing and showing every single day. I love the shot too. So McCarthy, you know, the walking off the field, going to special teams, I believe, or hell, maybe practice is over. But, you know, O'Connell talking big picture stuff, and also you got Josh McCown, QB coach, waiting in the wings. Vikings tight ends coach / passing game coordinator Brian Angelicio also working there. So, I mean, McCarthy and Darnold are surrounded by just good dudes. I mean, good coaching and a good situation for everyone involved. And also, I feel like this one's prophetic. So Kevin O'Connell has definitely been hyping up Thayer Thomas, last year's UDFA out of NC State, where Thomas was a prolific slot receiver as well as a very solid punt returner as well. I feel like Thayer Thomas, when it's all said and done, maybe not by the end of the camp, but maybe by the end of the year, I feel like Thayer Thomas will work his way onto the field and become a little something. And also, this connection is interesting. So McCarthy and Thayer Thomas have been looking really good. Like, they have a chemistry and connection working with the threes together. Now, what happens is when McCarthy eventually becomes QB2 and eventually becomes the quarterback 1, whether this year or next year, I mean, that chemistry stays. And I feel like that there's a lot of examples where a young quarterback rises up, get attached to a certain receiver that they work with every day, and then all of a sudden that receiver rises up with the quarterback as well. And I could see Thayer Thomas like working out, where it's Jefferson and Addison, obviously, but after JJ ascends, you know, whether this year at some point or next year, and then all of a sudden, Thayer Thomas, 8'9", looking fine, you know, getting some work as well. So it's really fantastic. But hey, like I said, it's fun peeking behind the curtain. And O'Connell, like, you could tell why like so many people are just ready to play for this dude, ready to run through a brick wall. And he treats them with respect. He treats them like men. He treats them like professionals. He doesn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, at a certain point, you got to be tough, and sometimes you got to take harsh criticism, and sometimes you don't like the way that the message is always delivered, right? But I feel like this modern day approach that O'Connell has, I think that it can work. All right, so hopefully they will indeed get it done. Oh, bonus one. So, you know, Kevin O'Connell talking to Garrett Bradbery about golf outings and stuff, and you could tell like O'Connell was trying to like fishing for an invite to the golf outing, but you know, of course, you know, players' time is players' time. But so Garrett Bradbery's missed time over the last 2 years with a correlated back injury. And you can tell, like, from social media, the offensive line and Bradbery and the guys, they play a lot of golf, right? So nothing wrong with that. But I think specifically with Bradbery, when you have a bad back, is golf really the best thing? I don't know. And plus, I feel like, you know, these guys are all ultra competitive and all trying to hit it like 350 off the tee box. Like, so he's not just going to take it easy, find a nice like par 3. Par 3 course. I don't get it. I don't know, man. I'm worried, man. That's it. Your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin O'Connell mic'd up for the Vikings. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol production value.